All right, so can't believe I'm making this video. I was at Caitlin Clark's opener, triple-double, won a shit ton of money. All great day.
All right, let's dive straight into a story that's really got the sports world buzzing.
Yeah, definitely.
The Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky game, May 17th, 2025. It wasn't just, another WNBA game.
No, not at all. It felt like a powder keg, especially with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Exactly, and that hard foul. It's become the center of something much bigger now. We're talking allegations of racist comments from fans.
That's right. What happened on the court has spilled over. Big time. The WNBA even announced Sunday, May 18th, that they're investigating these alleged comments.
Comments supposedly directed at Angel Reese during that game in Indy.
It's a major development. It's everywhere now.
Okay, so to try and get a handle on this, we've got two main sources for our deep dive today.
What are you looking at?
We've got a New York Post article. The headline is, Dave Portnoy slams WNBA for racism investigation after Caitlin Clark Angel Reese drama.
Okay.
And also a Fox News piece, Dave Portnoy talks WNBA's probe into alleged hateful comments to Angel Reese.
So a lot of focus on Portnoy's take.
It seems that way. Our goal here, really, is just to unpack what's being alleged, look at the reactions, see the perspectives in these reports.
And importantly, stick to what the sources say. We're not here to take sides or, inject our own opinions.
Absolutely. Just lay out the information from these reports as clearly as we can.
Sounds good. Let's start with Portnoy then. He's obviously been very loud about this.
Yeah, Dave Portnoy, founder of Barstool Sports. He wasn't just commenting online either. He was actually at the game.
Oh, right. Courtside, wasn't he?
Courtside, Saturday, Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Wearing a Caitlin Clark jersey, apparently very visible.
Okay.
And according to both the Post and Fox News, he is flat out denying any racist comments were made, like emphatically.
Well, his perspective is interesting because he was physically there. What did he say about the crowd?
He described the atmosphere as, nice, his words. He specifically mentioned seeing little girls, families, ladies.
So, painting a picture of a pretty standard family-friendly event.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which, contrasts sharply with the idea of widespread racist yelling. His firsthand account is definitely a big part of his argument.
Makes sense. And how did he frame the WNBA's investigation itself?
He wasn't happy. He basically accused the league of giving credence to an internet rumor. That's a quote.
Wow.
Yeah, and he even said they're kind of ST on Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever by even launching this investigation. Pretty strong language.
So he sees it as the league overreacting to online noise, potentially damaging its own stars.
That seems to be the core of it. He feels the WNBA is jumping the gun based on unverified claims, and it could hurt the very people making the league popular right now.
It definitely raises that question, doesn't it? How much weight do you give online allegations versus what people physically present or saying?
And he also offered his own take on where the hate was coming from.
Oh.
Both articles mention him saying the only hate he witnessed was actually from Angel Reese towards Caitlin Clark right after that foul.
Okay, so he's trying to reframe the narrative, shift the focus from fan behavior back to the player rivalry on the court.
It seems like it, suggesting it's intense competition, maybe bad blood between players, but not, racist fan behavior.
That's a key distinction he's making.
Though interestingly, he did add a small qualifier. Both sources note he said he'd eat his words and apologize if actual proof, like video or audio, surfaces.
Okay. So not a 100% closed door, but still very skeptical.
Right. It kind of leaves a little room, makes the denial seem slightly less absolute, maybe. Adds a bit of accountability.
Perhaps. And didn't he post a video online too?
Yeah, he put a video up on X almost immediately, expressing his disbelief and doubling down on his denial. Got a lot of attention, obviously.
Okay. So that's Portnoy's side. Let's look at the WNBA's actions, the investigation itself.
Right. The league announced it Sunday. They're looking into these alleged racist comments aimed at Reese during the Saturday game.
And what specifics did they give about the comments?
That's the thing. According to both articles, basically none. No specific details about what was allegedly said have been made public by the league.
So the investigation's underway, but the public doesn't really know the exact nature of the allegations yet.
Correct. Which, might be fueling some of the skepticism out there, like Portnoy's.
Makes sense. Did the league release a general statement?
They did. Both articles mention it. A statement condemning racism, hate, discrimination in all forms. Standard stuff, but important they put it out there.
Absolutely. It signals their official stance regardless of this specific investigation's outcome. They're saying they take these things seriously.
And the Players Association, the WNBPA, they weighed in too.
Yeah, both sources mention their statement, they acknowledge the reports, and they support the WNBA's investigation.
Under their no space for hate policy, right?
Exactly. They emphasize needing a safe and welcoming environment. It shows solidarity, the union backing the league's process here.
Reinforces that the players, their union, are concerned about this.
Definitely. What about the teams involved? Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky.
Well, the Fever acknowledged the investigation is happening. The Fox News article had a bit more detail on the Sky.
Okay.
It quotes the Chicago Sky CEO, Adam Fox. He said the team will do everything to protect its players and basically urged the league to ensure a safe environment everywhere.
So the Sky leadership is clearly backing their player, Angel Reese, and expecting the league to handle this thoroughly.
Yeah, it shows their concern for Reese and their expectation for the league to act if needed.
Understandable. And we have to remember the context, the game itself. That foul.
Oh, absolutely. The third quarter, Clark fouls Reese hard. Both articles make sure to mention it. It wasn't just a tap.
And Reese reacted immediately, right? Tried to get towards Clark.
Yep. Teammates had to hold her back. He was heated. You could see the tension.
And that led to fouls being called.
Yeah, Clark got a flagrant one. And Reese and Aaliyah Boston both got technical fouls. So, yeah, the on-court stuff was definitely intense.
That intensity, that rivalry, it's clearly a huge part of this whole narrative.
For sure. Which ties into another point Portnoy made, mentioned in both articles. He used the phrase, killing the golden goose.
Ah, the golden goose argument. What's he getting at there?
His point seems to be that Caitlin Clark, and by extension the Fever, are driving massive attention and money to the WNBA right now. They're the golden goose.
Okay.
And he thinks by pursuing this investigation, maybe casting suspicion on Fever fans, the league is mishandling its biggest asset, potentially damaging the very thing making it so popular.
So it's a business argument, essentially. Focus on the star power, don't rock the boat with potentially divisive issues.
That seems to be his angle. Prioritize the excitement around Clark over investigating these fan behavior allegations. It raises that whole tension between addressing serious issues and, managing the hype machine.
A difficult balance for any league, I imagine.
Definitely. And it brings us back to a point Portnoy keeps hammering home. The evidence, or lack thereof.
Right, the lack of video or audio proof.
Exactly. Both articles stress that he keeps pointing this out. No concrete evidence has surfaced publicly to back up the claims of racist comments.
And that's the foundation of his denial, really. Without proof, he's suggesting it might just be rumors, maybe even pushed by salty trolls or people who just hate Caitlin Clark, as he apparently put it.
Yeah, he speculated it could be online negativity spilling over, not actual events at the game.
It highlights how tricky these situations are in the digital age, how fast rumors can spread, verified or not.
Okay, so just to quickly recap where we are. We've got the WNBA investigating alleged racist fan comments aimed at Angel Reese during that Fever Sky game.
Prompted by reports, the specifics are still under wraps.
And you have Dave Portnoy, who was there, strongly denying it happened, criticizing the WNBA's investigation and pointing to a lack of evidence. He sees it as potentially harmful to Clark and the Fever's popularity.
While on the other side, the WNBA, the WNBPA, and the Sky organization are emphasizing the seriousness of such allegations and supporting the investigation process, stressing the need for a safe environment.
It really leaves us and you, the listener, some big questions, doesn't it?
For sure.
Like, what role does social media really play here? How fast can narratives form and spread, even if they aren't fully backed up yet?
And how should leagues handle this? That balance between needing to investigate serious claims like racism, but also dealing with potential misinformation online, it's tough.
What about the huge spotlight on Clark and Reese? What does this whole situation mean for them and for the WNBA overall? Both the good and the bad that comes with this level of attention.
Yeah, these are really complex things, where sports meets social media meets some really sensitive societal issues. How the WNBA navigates this investigation, what they find, what they do, it's going to be watched very closely.
It really sets a stage, maybe a precedent, for how leagues might deal with similar things down the road. It just underscores the challenge of keeping things fair and respectful in pro sports today, especially when every moment seems to be under a microscope online.
Absolutely. It's definitely a situation to keep an eye on as the investigation unfolds. There's likely more to come.